Today I'm going to knit these wonderful socks. Why don't you join me? The sock size is 37 to 38. The green yarn has a length of 180 meters per 100 grams. The yellow yarn has a length of 240 meters per 100 grams. I will knit with the yellow yarn using a 2-strand method. Size 3.5 knitting needles. I'm starting to knit from the cuffs. I'll knit the cuffs using green yarn in a 2x2 rib stitch. Using a flexible cast-on method, cast on 52 stitches plus 2 edge stitches on size 3.5 needles. Total, 54 stitches. Cast on a number of stitches that is a multiple of 4. The pattern repeat consists of 4 stitches, 2 knit stitches and 2 purl stitches. Plus 2 edge stitches. Row 1 to 2 knit stitches. Two purl stitches. I knit the entire first row as follows: 2 knit stitches, 2 purl stitches. The last stitch, a purl edge stitch. I'm turning the knitting. Row 2, follow the pattern. Knit where the pattern calls for knit stitches, and purl where it calls for purl stitches. I'll knit 24 rows. 7 centimeters. I distribute the 54 stitches as follows: 14 stitches for each side piece, which totals 28 stitches. This leaves me with 26 stitches for the center section. I'm knitting the first row in green yarn using knit stitches. I'll knit the gusset and stockinette stitch. I'm adding 1 stitch. Next, I knit a green knit stitch. Now there are 15 stitches on the side. Join the yellow yarn. 24 knit stitches. For this pattern, I need an odd number of stitches in the center. That's why I decrease 1 stitch at the end of the pattern. I knit 2 yellow knit stitches together. I have 25 yellow stitches on the needle up to the marker. I'm attaching a green thread from a different ball. You need to use a different ball, otherwise there will be large gaps. 1 knit stitch. Increase 1 stitch. Next, 12 knit stitches. The last stitch is a purl edge stitch. The second side also has 15 stitches. I knit the second purl row like this. I remove 1 green loop. I will knit 14 green purl stitches on the side. I'll knit the gusset using stockinette stitch. Knit stitches on the right side, purl stitches on the wrong side. I don't add stitches on the wrong side rows. Next, I'll knit the yellow center section. 25 purl stitches. Green yarn. 14 purl stitches. I don't increase stitches on the wrong side. The last, 15th edge stitch is a purl stitch. I turn the work to the right side. Green yarn, slip the first stitch, then knit 13 stitches. Add 1 stitch. Next, I knit a green knit stitch. I'll knit the center section using a pattern. 1 knit stitch. 1 purl stitch. Repeat to the end of knitting with yellow thread. At the end, I knitted a knit stitch. 1 knit stitch. Add 1 stitch. Then 13 knit stitches. I have 16 loops on the wedges. The pattern of the central part is in the next frame. Fourth purl row. I remove 1 green loop. Then knit 16 stitches. I don't add any stitches on the wrong side. Yellow yarn. I knit according to the pattern as follows. Where there is a purl stitch, I knit a knit stitch. Where there is a knit stitch, I purl a knit stitch. Work the 25 center stitches according to the pattern. Now I knit the second wedge with green yarn using purl stitches. I also knit the added loop as a purl stitch. The last stitch is a purl edge stitch. I turn the work to the right side. I will knit the 5th row in the same way as the 3rd. I remove 1 green loop. 14 knit stitches. Add 1 stitch. 1 knit stitch. I will knit the central part in the same way as in the 3rd row. One knit stitch. Add 1 stitch. 14 knit stitches. The last stitch is a purl edge stitch. 17 loops on both sides. I will knit the 6th row in the same way as the 4th row. I don't add stitches on the purl rows. In the center, I knit the second row of the pattern with yellow threads. I knit stitches over purl stitches, and I knit purl stitches over knit stitches. The pattern repeats over 2 rows. I continue knitting like this until there are 20 loops on each side of the needle. I knitted 12 rows. That's 3 centimeters from the start after the ribbing. Now I will knit the upper front part of the sock. I will knit 20 loops of the first wedge with face loops. I knitted to the middle. I will knit the stitches on the yellow thread using double-pointed needles. I knit as per the first row according to the pattern. I start a new row count. The last stitch is a purl edge stitch. I turn the work to the right side. I remove one green loop. Row 2 of the pattern, knit a knit stitch over a purl stitch. Knit a purl stitch over a knit stitch. The last loop in the row is a purl stitch, it is an edge stitch. I turn the knitting. This is how I knit the entire upper front part of the sock. You need to knit 26 rows. This will be 8 centimeters. I attach the green thread and I need to knit 2 more rows. I knit the first loop with a front loop because I am introducing a new thread into the work. Then I will knit with face loops until the last edge loop. The last edge loop will be a purl stitch. Second purl row. I slip the first stitch unknitted, then all the purl stitches. Purl stitch at the end of the row. I cut off the yellow thread. From the beginning of knitting the front part there should be 9 centimeters. I will knit the toe with green yarn and stocking stitch. I have 25 stitches. I need to leave 13. So I decrease 12 stitches. 2 stitches in each row from the front. Do not knit the first edge loop. First I slip the stitch, then knit the stitch next to the slipped stitch. I pull the slipped stitch through the knitted stitch. Then I knit the stitches, but I don't knit the 3 stitches at the end of the row. Knit 2 stitches together, tilting them to the right. Slip the stitches, turn them over, and knit them together through the front loop. The last stitch is a purl stitch. I turn the work to the wrong side. Do not knit the first edge loop. The entire row is purl stitches. Purl stitch at the end of the row. After the first decrease, I have 23 loops on the needle. I turn the work over and knit a row with decreases in the same way as the first row. Row 4, purl all stitches. Decrease 2 stitches in each row until there are 13 stitches remaining on the needle. I cut the thread I used to knit the toe. I knitted 12 rows. That's 4 centimeters. I will cast on stitches around the perimeter of the sock. In the corner I pick up 2 loops using a hook. I mark the beginning of raising the loops with a marker. It is essential to cast on stitches from the front side of the knitting. Next, I pick up the stitches from each edge stitch. I grab 2 edge threads. From the marker to the toe, you need to pick up 23 loops. I have 13 stitches on the toe. I knit these 13 stitches onto the right needle. Now I will lift the loops on the other side. On the second side you also need to pick up 23 loops. I raise 2 loops at the corner, at the intersection. "19 knit stitches. Knit the last loop as a purl stitch. I have 99 loops on my knitting needle. I mark the central loop on the toe. I turned the piece and knitted the second row. I'll be knitting in garter stitch. Both the front and back sides will be knitted. In total I need to knit 10 rows. I've knitted 10 rows. That's 5 garter rows, 2 centimeters. I'm starting to knit the sole. I have 13 stitches on the toe. I'll start knitting the sole on the 11 central stitches of the toe. I slip 44 stitches onto the needle without knitting before starting to knit the sole. I knit the sole and garter stitch. I subtract 11 sole stitches from 99 stitches. That leaves 88 stitches. On both sides of the sole, I'll have 88 stitches divided by 2. That's 44 stitches. I attach a new green thread and will start knitting the sole. I'm knitting 11 knit stitches. I need to increase the width of the sole to 17 stitches. Therefore, I knit another loop from the side part. There are already 12 loops on the knitting needle. I turn the knitting inside out. Do not knit the first edge loop. I will knit 11 loops. Plus the edge stitch, that's 12 loops. I knit the 13th loop from the other side part with a purl loop. I turn the knitting over to the front side and repeat the knitting as I have already knitted. Do not knit the first edge loop. Then 12 knit stitches. I knit the 14th loop as a purl stitch from the side part of the sock. I have 14 stitches on my knitting needle, so I need to knit 4 more rows to get 17 stitches for the sole. There are 17 stitches on the knitting needle. From now on, I will knit the sole on 17 stitches without adding new ones. First front row. I slip the first stitch without knitting it. Then 15 knit stitches, leaving 1 stitch unknitted to the end of the row. At the end of the row, I knit 2 stitches together using the side stitch. I will knit all the front rows like this. Turn the knitted item inside out. I slip the first stitch without knitting it. 15 knit stitches. I knitted the last loop of the sole and the first loop of the side piece together with a purl stitch. Thus, removing loops from the side parts, I will knit the sole. I don't knit 6 loops on both sides to the end of the sole. Then I will knit the heel. On the side walls I have 6 loops left on each side. Do not knit the first edge loop. Then I will knit with face stitches. Without knitting to the end of the row 3 loops. I knit 2 loops together. Then I knitted the last stitch of the sole and the first stitch of the side stitch together, just like before. I turn the knitting to the wrong side row. Purl row, I don't knit the first loop. I knit the front loops, leaving 3 loops unknitted before the end of the row. I knit 2 loops together. Then I knit 1 loop of the sole and 1 loop of the side part 2 together with a purl loop. This way, I will knit the entire heel. Right up to the top. At the end there are 3 loops left. I don't knit the first loop. Then I knit 2 loops together. I turn the knitting and knit 2 loops together. 1 loop remains. I take a needle with a blunt end. I will sew the 2 parts together until the cuff. I don't usually like sewing, but these socks will be an exception. On the cuff I connect the 2 sides with a crochet hook using half single crochet stitches. We knitted some wonderful short socks. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you don't mind, give it a like.